So you've authored a book,
I did.
Optimists Always Win. Did I get the title correct? I know I
You
would
did.
always butcher that. Yeah. So
But you did, but you know what? Yes, you did. That is the main title. There's a subtopic, but optimists always win is the big words. Yes, thank you.
and a subtopic, please, for the viewer's sake.
Oh, yes. Optimists always win. Life at its C-suite. Mhm.
So, what does it take to be an optimist?
You know, it's funny because people always ask me that when I was first interviewing for the book, doing interviews when the book first released in 2021, which it still does well today, and people always ask me to speak on it. A lot of times people think that optimists is about the sugar, bowl of sugar.
Mm.
It's not. Optimists do look at life with the glass half full, of course. There is a positivity about optimists, absolutely. But optimists have bad days. I hit rock bottom in 2012. And you know, my mother passed away then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I hit rock bottom because she was a big part of my life. And, you know, my mother didn't teach me how to live without her. And that was one of the biggest lessons of my life, right? I don't have children yet, so I don't know the death of a child. People say that that's devastating.
Mm.
So for me, this was the most gut-wrenching thing that have happened.
Yeah.
So the sun set in my soul, Keith, just to give you more of a, pictorial vision of what happened. And so people said that I handled it so well. Well, when I went home, of course, I got in the bed and put my covers over my head, and I didn't want to talk to anyone.
Right.
But because of whose daughter I am, when I was out, I had to be Kimberly S. Reed,
The chameleon.
the chameleon. And I had to still inspire people because of the example of Barbara E. Reed. I remember I went into my mom's hospital room in the last 45 days of her life. And she had her great days and her bad days. And one day in particular, one night I got off of the elevator. And I got off the elevator like I did every night, right? My dad and I, we went to visit every single day. We did shifts. And I got off, I was by myself. And I got off and I'm looking at the nurse's station and there was nobody there. There was nobody there on the floor. And I'm like, where's everybody? So, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they must be very busy. So I hear all this laughter as I'm walking down the hall. My mom had a private room and I made it like her bedroom. So I had it was a couch and there was everything. So I go in and I'm seeing all these people on the floor, on the couch, in the bed with my mom. My mom's has her hand like this and she's reading the Bible and they're talking and laughing. I walk in, I was like, all the nurses, I said, you guys are going to get us kicked out of the hospital. They're like, what? All the nurses were in my mom's room. In my mother's darkest hour, Keith, because I know she didn't feel well that day, she is pouring into other people. Mm-hmm. She was not only talking about the Bible, they were talking about men, they were talking about life, they were just talking about everything. But when they left, I said, Mommy, how are you feeling today? Normally, she would say, by that great song, Just Fine by Mary J. Blige, just fine, fine, fine. That's how I knew she was fine. But today, that night, she said, I'm okay. This too shall pass. Mm. That's when I know she didn't feel that well. When she said, this too shall pass. But she still, Keith, as I said, she poured into others. So even in my rock bottom, darkest days, because of that example, I kept going. That's what optimists do. And we win.
Excellent. Powerful. Very
Thank
powerful.
you.